welcome. In India, Hindu mythology, King Bali was a generous and powerful ruler. After conquering the three worlds, he became so confident in his strength that he believed no one can take his kingdom from him. One day, Lord Vishnu appeared in the form of a small Brahmin boy named Vamana. Vamana humbly asked King Bali for a gift of land, just enough land that he would cover with three steps. Bali confidently said that a small request could not threaten his kingdom, and he readily agreed. But as soon as Bali granted the wish, Vamana began to grow in size. With his first step, he covered the earth. With his second step, he covered the heavens. And with the third step, he had nowhere to place his foot, forcing Bali to bow down and offer his head as a final resting place. Now, this story you might have learned a lot of times, you might have heard a lot of times. What are the lessons from the financial perspective? How you want to learn is that Bali underestimated the future impact of his decision, just like we often underestimate the future goals of our financial goals. Hi, this is Mahesh Kadhavan, your Deaf Freedom Coach, and here today I am welcoming you yet another video in which I will be talking about what is happening, how we are underestimating the future cost of our financial goals. What seems like a small amount today can grow beyond imagination due to inflation and market changes. If you don't calculate how much your dream will cost in the future, you might not be prepared to fulfill them when the time comes. Just like Bali was being prepared for Vamana's extending and expanding steps. Now, do you feel you are also a Bali, and who is Lord Vishnu in your character? So today I will be sharing with you one of the case study of my one of my client, and she was having she was approaching some other, I mean, the financial advisor and everything, and she was facing some problem. Now, before that, two things. One thing is that if you are a new subscriber, please click on the bell icon, click on the subscribe button. You will always get a notification as soon as a new video is going up. The second thing is that a big disclaimer. I am a qualified personal finance professional. I am a QPFP, like you have a certified financial professional, certified wealth manager, CWM, CFP kind of thing. I help people in managing their personal finance. Now, this video is only for educational purpose. This is not for taking for final personal decision granted. Okay, please take your professional advice, or please consult your professional financial advisor before taking any advice. Don't come back and blame this video, because this video is only for educational purpose. So hope you understanding what I'm trying to say. Thank you so much. So one of my client, name has been changed, is Sunita, who is a young professional, and she wanted to invest in mutual fund to build corpus for a child's final education after 15 years. Now, her mutual fund advisor has explained that how to start early investment will grow into sizable amount over the long term to the power of compounding and everything. Like that, every financial advisor or the mutual fund advisor does that. However, she was not sure that how much she would estimate the final amount, because she might be needing for a goal. So how can she find out? So for example, what was the problem in this case was she was having something in her, like she was having a goal. Goal is what? Fulfilling her son's education after 15 years. So you had a number of years, you have the goals. But what was the amount she wanted? That she was not having clarity. Although her advisor had explained in a very good way that starting early when investment will go into a sizable amount and the power of compounding will take in place. That's okay. But the problem is that the numbers, when you don't get into your mind or your brain, it will not work. Now here two elements are there, two important elements which was missing in that discussion when she came back to me. I told her, I asked her what was the amount of money required. Now, this can be various parameters you can check. So, since it was an education goal, I told her to look for various parents who, like, for example, you have to finalize the country that you want to send your son. If that is the case, then ask the existing parents who are thinking of sending the children to that particular country, or the parents who have already sent their children to that country. So, how was the country environment and everything, the cost of living, the inflation and everything, how they are living? That's one thing. Second thing, you have a lot of online education consultancy, offline offices they have. You can just go around and just ask them what is the cost and everything. They will give an estimate or an estimate idea about how the things are going. Yes, this is a tedious job, and you will asking Mahesh why I should do now when I am seeing only my son or my children after 15 years. That's a good question you ask. But let me ask you a question again. What you are planning for next 15 years, won't you will do right now the groundwork? Imagine a building. It's not built in a 1 day or 2 days, right? Even a Rome was not built in 2 days or 3 days, right? So you are building the foundation. How much time it took when you took your first home? How much time it took? So this is how your goal also has to be there. Now, second thing is that he has to estimate what the cost will be from 15 years. So for that, we need the rate of inflation. A normal and majority of them, 80% of people, when they are planning this financial goal, they always forget the main thing is the rate of inflation, the main villain in your personal finance. How many of you agree that inflation is the main villain in your story, right? And that villain will never go unless until you are taken for this first. Okay. So this is a very important thing which you need to take care of. Okay. Now I will be sharing you a simple Excel technique wherein you can calculate these things. And why I am sharing with this that because then you will be have a better discussion with your financial advisor, which your mutual fund advisor or personal finance advisor, when you are speaking. Because see what happens in this process, whatever discussion I have seen in my clients and over the experience I have seen is that many of the professionals or the people who are coming as a client or asking about the personal finance, they always think that मुझे return कितना मिलेगा, मैं इतना डालूंगा तो कितना मिलेगा. That's not the right question you have to ask because no one can predict the market. Remember one thing. Tomorrow, if I say that, yeah, hey, you can go and invest in this particular product and you are getting 15%, no, that's not going to be the case. I can't predict the future. Tomorrow, what world will might be changed. I don't know anything. Right? So this is not the actual discussion. So what is the right discussion is what? When you have the numbers in place, when you have the goal in place, now you decide how to move ahead, what kind of investment products I have to put, what is the rate of return I am getting, how can I maneuver if some things happen, like some markets are down, how can I maneuver? I can stop this and for the temporary period and just move the money to some other mutual fund. Can I do that? That kind of questions you need to ask, not just remove the money and just keep quiet. That will never serve your purpose, nor your investment goals as well. Right? So hope this is making clear. So now I'm just stepping over, accelerating and giving you a think of thing. I will just yeah, I will just share you how this thing will go. So for example, if you see this one, okay, this one is the two Excel calculations I have done. Now why I have done this thing, if you see, this is very important thing. Now I will just enlarge it. You will just able to see. Okay, first I will go to this one. So see, yeah. So see, education goal, present value is what here, rate, future value. So I will be taking only four things, which is very important, which is basics in Excel. Okay, you not need to learn basic Excel or foreign Excel and everything. Nothing is needed. Only simple things which I'll be sharing with you, and it will be very easy for you to calculate and get it better discussion with your financial advisor. Okay, so what you need to do? What is the present value? You put the present value. I will give you this template as well. You will need to comment I want, and I will share you the template as well. Okay, so the present value is 5 lakhs. Okay, how many years she was looking at? 15 years. Okay, and what is the rate? 7%. Now education inflation right now, if you see the last financial planning I have done is only 10%. Now when we discussed, she was saying that she was expecting inflation of 7%. Somewhere she has read or something like that. Okay, that's good. Nothing is wrong and right and right. Okay, their assumptions, sometimes our assumptions are less, sometimes our assumptions are going overboard. That's okay. But what is the future value is around 13 lakhs 79,516. Now, how do you get that? You need to put this formula, this future value. Now, this everything is given by Excel only. You don't need to put the bracket open. You get the rate. Okay, so what is the rate? I put F7, which is 7%. Then you get a number of years. Number of years is 15 years. Then you have to put the minus. A minus sign is what present value means. What today you're paying the money. Today you're making use of the money, right? You're investing money. So investing is always going from the pocket. That means minus. But the future value will always be positive. Why? Because it is getting, you are getting back that money. That's the simple funda. Going means minus, coming means plus. Now I just tweaked a little bit thing in this percentage just to give you the idea of what exactly this looks like. I just increased 3%. Now see the imagine, see the value it has expanded. It's costing around 20 lakhs 88,620. That means it's difference of about 7 lakhs. Can you imagine just a 3% of inflation made in your goal, an impact of 7 lakhs? How can you take care of this 7 lakhs when you have so many of responsibility? I mean, never you planned. Have you ever taken this care? If you have taken, then you are an amazing person who is managing your personal finance to amazing level. But if you're not one, then you please note down that this is very, very important, that if you're not calculating the rate of inflation, you're always on a wrong side. So always this discussion has to be happen, and then you need to discuss how to manage this flow of 7 lakhs, or how can I make it 20 lakhs. So that means I want 20 lakhs after 15 years. That means now I can know how to do the backward calculation. So your all investments will be based on this 20 lakhs, not on the 5 lakhs. That's what a financial goal means, and that's what the power of compounding means. Okay. Now, there's some of the things which you need to take care, and the, the important thing is that PMT function is there, which is payment terms. Now, this will only apply only if the amount is required in invested periodically, it's not in lump sum amount. Okay, now here if you see, it is only we are using like this, and given rough calculation I have shown you. If you go for SIP and everything, we have to have the PMT as everything, because every month it is going down, right? So that's one thing I have done. PV is your current cost of education, future values that being estimated over 15 years. You can maneuver of this, you can play around, you can just remove the goal, you can put it some other goals as well, whatever you can do. But please note your rate of inflation. This is giving you a rough figure that how your calculations can be done, so that you can have a valuable discussion with your agent. Okay, so this is how a simple calculation can help you how to may have a good discussion, how to know that where you're going ahead and about. So hope you have got good knowledge about what I'm trying to say with you. If you're interested in this template, please say that I want the comment, and I will surely send you the template. That's one thing. Second thing, remember one thing, the more you plan, the more you have a good discussion, that's where the whole thing will be happening. Okay. So please note that story, what I told in the starting. If you're Bali, don't be a Bali, be a Vamna in your life, so that you can take a decision always. And always you have that thing, and always ask that how much will my dream cost? Calculate it today. I want that cost today. This question should be always. And this, thank you so much for ending this session, and hope you have a valuable session. Have a sharing with me to share what you learned from this video, and hope this video is helping you. And thank you so much, and see you next time.